staying with the point about finding what interests you. Um, how do you do that? As you're like just working all day long trying to oversee TV shows, and what is your process of staying relevant and staying on top of things? Do you read a lot?
I definitely consume a lot of media. It's harder to go deep than just because there's so much stuff coming out. I consume a fair amount of social media. I have preferred platforms.
What are they?
I don't know. For me, I like Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I avoid Facebook.
Huh.
I'm like halfway into Instagram, but I think that's more novelty for me. I mean, I sort of looked at it a while ago. Now I'm sort of back in. Obviously, TV, and then a lot of the old media, and I do also depend on a certain amount of curators. But I consume a lot of news, and Twitter I find really useful, and it appeals to the way my brain works. But I was just talking about it with Amy as we were sitting here. Like, I try to be influenced by other people. I try to be not sort of solipsistic, and I listen. But it's like you just get an instinct. That person has something to say, and they have the drive to say it. They haven't quite cracked it, and then you sort of crack in and help them realize their vision to the best of your ability. But I try to compensate for what I know my own tastes and my own weaknesses. Like I have a short attention span, which is useful, but it has its limits. So I try to compensate for that. Robin helps me. She's got a longer attention span than I do. I try to listen. But I don't know. I have a very high sense of what's boring and what's old, and so I try to avoid that.
Got it. So it's like an emotional connection.
Fair amount, yeah.
What about you, Adele?
I like the new. I'm addicted to the new, really. Whatever's happening. I mean, I like to read about the newest things in I'm big into science, big into nutrition, and I love sort of keeping up. I'm also, I'm a political junkie. I've been involved locally and for a long time, and I think that kind of engagement with the community and engagement with what's happening. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is turn on TV and I watch Morning Joe. And I get a feel for what's happening in DC and the East Coast, and I sort of I just get it, you don't have to watch very long, first half hour, but you're sort of immersed in something that's going on, not just here, but over there, and what people are talking about. And he may be Republican, but he's but he's very sensitive and very
He's working
thoughtful.
on the Democratic channel. It's working well.
No.
Yes.